It was the morning after the fireworks display. Duncan felt like there was something underneath him. Oh, I feel like there's something underneath me, he yawned. It's probably a lump of coal. Maybe later, the handle said lazily. But some of us are trying to get some sleep here, the handle replied grumpily. They had all stayed late up last night to watch the fireworks. Later that morning, when Duncan's Stride fireman came, they pulled out a small crate from underneath him, and inside it there was something golden and shining. "Oh, bless my soul," said his fireman. "You got a medal from the police, helping catch those crooks." Duncan blushed. "Oh, it's nothing." "No, you're famous now," he said. They placed the medal around Duncan's funnel. "Well, Duncan, I guess you really deserve this for working hard all year," Rusty said. Duncan blushed. "Three cheers for Duncan for capturing the crooks." Everyone cheered, whistled, and blew their horns. Duncan even went a more darker red shade of red. He was more likely even redder than Skarloey's paint. "What does it even say?" Sandal asked. "Let's see," Sandal's driver said. "It says, 'To Duncan, locomotive number 6 of Skarloey Railway, for helping capture some leads onto a drug smuggling scandal, and also capturing them.'" Aww. It is sad to say, after Duncan got his medal, he got a bit cocky about the whole incident. Some passengers even just showed up to see Duncan, and there was a rather large fight just to book a seat on the train that Duncan was taking. The passengers swarmed around Duncan, trying to ask him to tell them the story from his perspective. In the first week, Duncan told the original story, but then by 2 weeks later, he was telling a story about bombs, a massive robot called Randy, and also that the teenagers had scrapped his father. The only thing that was actually true in this version of the story was that he captured them, and he came up with the plan. Oh, most of them didn't believe Duncan, so his crowds became smaller and smaller over time. Eventually, even all the engines were sick and tired of Duncan's story. Most of them went to the back of the shed, and so they couldn't hear Duncan. As for the unlucky two who couldn't fit in the shed, they went and slipped in the slate quarry. Soon all the engines had a meeting without Duncan. They all talked about it. It's just like Sahad when his steamroller wheels," Rusty said. Sahad blushed. "Could you please not mention about that?" All right, Sahad," Peter Sam chuckled. "So anyway, if this is exactly like George, then wait a minute, I think I know how to teach him a lesson," Skarloey said. All the engines went into whispers, and then eventually Skarloey came out saying, "Well, we'll do it. But that is another story." Boss, got really important news for you." "Can't you see I'm in the middle of a meeting?" "No, it's not that. It's really important." "What is it?" "Niece." "Sally? Yes, what about her?" "She's been captured. Look in this report." He threw a copy of a newspaper across the table. "Yesterday, a possible link to the latest drug scandal has been captured thanks to the help of a locomotive on the Skarloey Railway named Duncan. They were captured when the lorry, which they stole off some fireworks with, crashed, and they were arrested by police." He read the whole thing out loud. When he reached the end, he said, "Sure, Skarloey Railway, can I have a map, and could you please show me where it is?" "Oh, sure," one of his henchmen said. So he brought out a map and showed them. As you can see, we are here, he said, pointing to Barrow and Furness. And the railway is over here, which starts at Crovan's Gate, which goes along the line and ends at Skarloey. Now, Glennock, around here, was where your niece was arrested, he said. So, boss, you do have a plan, right? You're not going to let this slide? Oh, of course I do. That railway's going to be closed down before you can say presto. And there'll be no chance of reopening it. So you have a plan? Of course I do. And that railway will pay dearly for their mistakes, he said. And he ended his speech with a hollow laugh. The other two henchmen also laughed as well. Could you please stop that, you two blubbering, you fools? The main leader said. It only works when I do it. Sorry. So, when is plan even going to go into action? Don't have to wait a couple of months. It'll take a long time to plan it, but it'll be good. Sweet, sweet victory, or should I say sweet, sweet revenge, he said. And he laughed again. I should really go see that doctor, he muttered.